Hi, and welcome to Living on Purpose with me, Jenny Dean. Today's a little bit different. If you can tell, I am in workout clothes, which I am 1,000% more comfortable in these type of clothes than I am with high heels or anything you try to put on me that looks professional. I'm not a fan of. I like comfort. Anyway, so I am here today for, obviously you can see all of the things I have on the table. I'm going to talk a lot today about your survival tips for, this is a crazy busy season. All of us, I don't know anyone that is like, oh, not stressed at all during holiday season. So I would like to help you guys on just staying more consistent with your fitness goals. A crazy statistics that I couldn't even believe I read was the average person gains 7 to 10 pounds during Thanksgiving and Christmas. Like those couple weeks, they gain 7 to 10 pounds, which takes months to get rid of, which is just not necessary. So I'm here to help you stay on track. I have brought in my staples of what I eat. I think it's boring, so I really don't share it very often, but I know some people, I had to start somewhere, so I would love to share tips with you guys and just help you along this track, okay? So let's first start with Thanksgiving, which is just, I'm not a fan of because I feel like you cook, you clean, you eat, and then you clean, and then you eat again, and then you sit down long, and then you watch football, and it's just an long day for me. I have kind of changed it up with my family. I like to take the kids and do a 5K race in the community, or I go work out, just something to keep me on track and keep me on my schedule. So I would hope you guys do something active that day. It doesn't have to be a 5K run. It doesn't have to be a crazy gym workout. Just a walk, something that you can do to get your heart rates up a little bit. It should not be any different than any other day.
It could be even just going for a walk in the neighborhood, kind of saying hi to the neighbors, being a little bit social, something simple like that, right?
Yes, something to get you out of the house. Otherwise, I go legit crazy. Like it is not my cup of tea. So the actual meal itself, I'm going to talk about how you help with portion control. So if in a perfect world, you would portion control everything that you eat on Thanksgiving Day for the meal. So you would take a fist and you would say you're going to have a fist of stuffing, or your cranberry sauce or potatoes. Most people get 2 servings, and I'm like the annoying person in the back of your mind being like, you're not really hungry. You don't really need that. Just take 1 portion, and...
Are you food conscious?
Yes, absolutely. So, and if you're a dessert person and you're like, oh, I can't wait for the dessert, let's just get through the meal, which I understand, just be aware of what you're putting on your plate during dinner. So just make conscious decisions. Don't put so much butter on the roll, or don't have a roll if you know you're going to have cheesecake afterwards, and just not mindlessly eating, which is, I think, a lot of us do. We just kind of stuff our face just because we think that that's what we're supposed to do. And I would personally rather focus on the company in the room rather than, just stuffing my face, just thinking I'm making everyone else happy because they cooked this. And I call those food pushers, and there's a place for them.
I love that.
No, I'm kidding, but you don't have to stuff your face and feel miserable afterwards. So the whole reason I'm putting this together today is I hear a lot of complaints of people wake up with regret. I call it the food hangover. They wake up with regret of what they ate the night before or what they drank the night before. And it's really just be aware so you're not feeling like crap afterwards. If it doesn't make you feel good after, then there's no reason to have it. People do it for instant gratification, and it lasts for about 30 to 45 minutes, and then you're horizontal on the couch. That's basically it.
Even sometimes something simple that people can do is, for instance, kind of making sure that you are in the couch talking, or in the living room or in the kitchen preparing food, but then you only sit down at the table when it's actually time to eat.
Yes.
I know that some people do this, and it's actually a good idea, because then you out of sight, out of mind. You don't even feel tempted.
Yeah, it's so weird. It's like if you go to the parties at the house, everyone crowds around the food table, and that's like all we do. And I mean, you could eat 2,000, 3,000 calories just standing. You haven't had dinner yet. Yeah, really easy to do. So that is just being aware of. And I have tons of suggestions more, but even for Thanksgiving meal, people are like, "Oh, I'm not going to eat breakfast because I'm going to eat a big meal today," which is like the worst thing you can do. Have a healthy breakfast, fill your stomach up, and then you'll make conscious, mindless mind. You will be in a positive mindset when you sit down at the table.
Would you mind talking a little bit about actually how the body reacts to when you're going on an empty stomach, how your body reacts to the food processing kind of like time, and then how that works on if you're going with a full belly, how your body processes food differently? Would you mind talking about that?
Yeah, it's just different. When you feel like you're starving, you're just kind of ramaging, mindlessly eating because you feel like you haven't had, it's like filling like up a empty hole. And I call it a garbage disposal diet, where you're just filling up. You're getting no nutritional value, and I give it 30 to 45 minutes. And that's when you should feel the reaction of the food, how it hits your body. And most people are lethargic, like they immediately want to go lay down. No one wants to go on a walk or do anything active after you're eating mindlessly at all. So that is my number one tip at your Thanksgiving meal. Just think of me, and I'm going to be the one saying, is it a fist? And are you really hungry? Do you really need that extra bread roll? So hopefully that helps. Now let's talk about holiday parties. So I had one last night. I do think people think, I'm not going to go to this party because it's going to lose track off my fitness goals, or if I go to this party, I'm not going to wake up in the morning for my workout the next day. It doesn't have to be that way. I am the party person that comes, and I kind of ghost out by like 8:30 or 9. I'm just known for that. I don't mess with the goodbyes. It's probably bad. It's probably not a good quality, but my goals for the next day are more important. For me personally. And if I mess with goodbyes, it's like a whole nother hour and a half, and people beg you to stay, and you really just want to be gone. So anyway, a holiday party does not have to keep you away from your fitness goals. I did research on the lowest calorie alcohol beverage, which I actually drink. I do glasses of champagne. I say glasses because I'll probably do 3 in a night over a span of hours. They say champagne has the lowest calorie content. That and white wine and Prosecco, they're kind of all equal. And it's better for you because it's a sipping cocktail. So it's not like your hard alcohol where you just kind of down it. Champagne is more, it's in a smaller glass, and it's more of a sipping while communicating and while having social interactions. A single shot of vodka, gin, or rum mixed with any diet soda, club soda, it pushes you back about 110 calories, and your body doesn't process alcohol, so it affects your sleep at night, which makes you groggy the next day, which is just all an after effect, right? So try to do 1 or 2 drinks over a span of hours, and control the buzz, I guess. I'm not the expert of alcohol, but if you're feeling like you're getting a buzz, try to drink some more water, because that's usually on your way down. And it's you're not aware, and you will make bad choices eating. You'll just stuff your face, and then you live with the whole hangover regret thing the next day, and no one likes that. You're not a happy person to be around at all.
What are your thoughts on actually mineral water and having that in between?
I think mineral water is great. I think any water, coconut water, anything that hydrates you. I had a friend that would drink, she would carry around a glass of water at the bar, but take shots. like 3 shots during the night, but had water the whole time. So she was pretty consistent and never got hungover because she's hydrated. Because hangover comes from dehydration, headaches come from dehydration, alcohol dehydrates you, no matter what kind of alcohol it is. So just be aware of that. Make efforts to constantly fill yourself up with water. They say to go get, if you're drinking a vodka soda, drink it over a span of time, not in like 5 minutes, and then go fill it up with water and do that 3 or 4 times, and then maybe get a cocktail again and just kind of see how you feel. It's just being smart. And that's all it is.
Also cheating the person who is always trying to get you in the drunken state, because there's always someone at that party,
there's the
right?
pushers. My sister's actually one of them. She'll be like, Jenny, take a shot, Jenny. And I did that. I did all of that in college, and I have no regrets, but now my goals are more important than that. That's just the bottom line. And I live by the rule of not how I'm going to feel instantly, how I'm going to feel like an hour or 2 afterwards. And I know that that is not a normal mindset, but I would push people to get there because it's life-changing. I don't really live with regret as far as what I'm eating or what I'm drinking. I'm always like on an even playing field. Some call it boring, but it is what it is, and I feel amazing 24/7. Like I don't really wake up feeling like shit, crap. It just doesn't happen anymore. I had my years. And so another holiday tip, I do know, like I went to one and it was tons of food around the kitchen, which everyone stands around. I tell people, but because you can stand around and eat 3,500 calories, not even thinking about it. So I tell people one tip is pick 3 things that you like have to have on that whole table. Pick 3 things, put it on your plate, walk away. So, and then you're going to find someone to have a conversation. I don't care if you talk to yourself on the couch, just get away from the food table. And then have your 3 things and just gauge on if you're full. Do you really need an extra just because everyone else is? It's being self-aware that, especially with alcohol, your self-awareness goes down. So try to keep it all under control just for a few hours while you're at the party. So so I did want to give you guys a healthy tip for snacks. So I am, like if you look in my bag, and I actually brought them a lot here, I have tons of snacks. I never want to be somewhere where I'm like, oh God, everything's fried and I'm not going to eat it. Or I'm starving and then I'm not a nice person. So I always have cashews, almonds, peanut butter. I have bars that I'll go over. Anything that I can just easily grab that just will hold me over. I suggest keeping them in like a Ziploc bag in your purse or your bag, and always going to that first. If you're on your way to a party, I always eat snacks. I always have, always prepare yourself before. If you know you have a holiday party that night, don't just not eat all day because you know you're going to eat a lot and drink a lot. That's just not being self-aware and not being smart, because you will go crazy. And you'll eat everything in sight. I've seen it happen. So eat your breakfast, eat your lunch like it's a regular day, eat a snack prior to going to the party, and you'll be full and you'll be satisfied, and maybe just a cocktail, will do you. And you'll be fine. You'll be fine. So I did have top 10 healthy nutrition tips just to survive and keep on track for this holiday crazy season. And it's like a good month and a half where we're just not on our schedules. We have parties all the time, kid parties, family, all of the things. Yes. Every single thing is out of whack for us. So to feel good about yourself, I'm going to help you stay on track. Number 1 is don't skip meals, and I just talked about that. Always, just because you have a party or you're going to eat a big meal, it is still good to feed your metabolism so it keeps running and you don't go crazy and just eat everything in sight. And I also, if I'm going to a party and it's like an open, we all bring dishes, I always bring fruit or veggies, so I know I'm safe and I can just fill up on those. Make decisions on your splurges. So if you know you're a dessert person or a stuffing person, just go lighter on other things. Just be self-aware on what you're putting in your mouth, because all of that, if you're on a fitness journey, you're going to have to work it off or you're going to feel like crap about it. So my goal is to get you to think about the after effects of what you put in your mouth. Drink low-calorie alcohol. I just told you guys. Champagne, if you're not a champagne drinker, white wine, red wine, anything clear on the liquors, and just try to do one or two, you know? It's not like we're 20 years old and, you know, partying every single night. So just kind of enjoy yourself and be aware of what you're intaking on the alcohol. Enjoy the company, not the food. That's my number one holiday tip. It shouldn't be about, you know, all the food and like how we cook it. And I get that that is some family traditions. It wasn't mine. We were always active or we always were out of town is what it was. So we weren't really focused on what dish we're going to bring, or my mom was pretty good on not letting that be the focus. So enjoy your company. And if you don't enjoy the company, go on a walk and get away. Say no to the food pushers. The food pushers are, everyone has them. Oh, you're not going to eat that? You're too skinny. You should eat that. Or, you know, people want to push you off of your goals really easy. And if you are not aware and you are a people pleaser, you will say yes to everything. And then you will just live in regret. And you will get no changes. And, all your goals will just go away, and you'll have to go through the regret cycle and then try to get yourself all the way back on cycle and track. So just say no, or say you're not hungry, or make up an excuse. I do it all.
Just walk away. Just walk away.
Or I always like try to get someone else for them to pick on, you know, because I am always the one they pick on because I'm not eating the chocolate cake, or not because I don't like it. It's because I'll get a stomachache afterwards, or I will not feel good after I do that. But I have ice cream. So it just depends. Just take it, get your indulgences, whatever you think you like. Eat them, but don't eat everything in sight. And I always say do something active every day. Thanksgiving shouldn't be different. Christmas shouldn't be different. You should be moving your body every day. God made us to move our bodies every day, and we should be active. That could be walking, that could be running, whatever you need to do for that day. A good tip, another one, is eat slowly. I don't know if you've been with people that just, like, it makes you uncomfortable because they eat so fast. And it's almost like they think someone's going to take away their food or something.
It's like they're vacuuming the food.
Yes, and my kids do it too, and I'm like, what? Just take your time. And I get nervous, and I'm like, I want to eat fast, and you don't want to eat fast, because that's where you get really bloated because you're chewing so much. Gum does it to you too. If you chew a lot, your stomach gets bloated and you don't feel good at all. So you get constipated. There's a whole other issue with all of that. So try to truly enjoy your food, and you won't eat as much. And I drink during a lot. Water. It will fill you up and you won't eat as much. And then stop eating when you are full. I think I'm the annoying person where I'm like, do you really need that? Do you really need that extra drink? Or I think you're full. And I think a lot of us, we don't stop and say, oh, I'm full. Like, it could be 4 bites in and you're full. And that doesn't mean you're not eating enough. It just means that you're super in tune with your body, and you're aware that maybe right now you need to go slower and talk more to your company and not stuff the face, you know, so much. So hopefully those help you. Eat slower, be more aware of when you're full, and don't be so, like I used to do it. I used to feel awful if I'm not going to eat my grandma's casserole, and maybe I'll get it and just, you know, tell her it was really good. No one really watches what you're doing.
I love that tip.
You know? And you don't want to hurt people's feelings, which I get. Like, because if I spent a lot of time on making something that I loved, I would want to share it too. So don't beat yourself up over it. But I am here to help you stay on track. Like, it should be no different than every part of your year. And don't be a Monday person, which I always say. You know, you do not know how many times I hear, oh, it's going to be Monday. Monday, I'm going to start my diet. Monday. And I'm like, no, you're not. No, you're not. Really, you're not. Or they eat like crazy on Sunday, and they'll say, Monday, I'm going to start it. Don't do that. There shouldn't be a diet. First of all, it should be a lifestyle. And once you're there in the lifestyle and truly eating for fuel is what I say, but I also get satisfaction from it. I'm not depriving myself at all. You're in a really good place. And most people they try their whole lives to get in that place. I've seen it. And it's just not being self-aware. And it's not the fun stuff. Like, the fun stuff, I guess, is eating cheesecake and ice cream and getting belly aches and complaining. That is most of us. I'm going to push you guys, though, to not be the average American, the overweight average where you gain 7 to 10 pounds in the matter of 3 or 4 weeks, which is crazy. And they just use it as an excuse. And we should not be living like that. So with that being said, I get questions a lot about what I am pretty, I would say, consistent with what I eat. I don't really have to change up a lot. I've been doing this for 15 years. I used to get a lot of stomach aches if I had fried food. Like in college, I would have Taco Bell and I did all the things. And I would always get a stomach ache afterwards. So I cut out red meat. I still eat meat, though. I just don't eat red meat just because it upsets my stomach. I still eat dairy. Just be aware of how your body feels afterwards. So I want to start with what I have, what a breakfast it looks like for me in the morning. I brought these steel cut oatmeal. They're 100 calories. And I also don't count calories anymore. I think I did maybe 15 years ago, but I don't. I know my body well enough to what I eat. So I do these. You just stick this in hot water. You tear off the pouch. Super easy. 45 minutes in the microwave. 45 seconds in the microwave. I also, so this is just carbs if you just do this alone. I have to have some type of fat or I'm going to be hungry all day long. So I add sunflower butter. It could be almond butter. It could be anything you like. I put about a tablespoon in there. I don't measure anything. But this is my good, healthy fat. This will keep you full longer, and we need healthy fats otherwise I feel like women get real bitchy when we don't have enough fat in our diet, and it's brain function, it's all of the things. So don't be scared. I've always said, healthy fats do not make you fat. It's when you go into the fried food and the saturated fats, all of that will make you gain weight, but healthy fats don't, okay? They're good for us. So for breakfast, I will have one of these. I will have protein, True Labs, which I'll talk about. This is a really clean protein. It has 5 ingredients. Yeah, it's up there. I live by this stuff. It's really easy. I have chocolate. Pour it into my oatmeal, and I add sunflower butter, just a tablespoon of that. And then I put blueberries all over it, and I'm full. I'm full for like three hours maybe. That's about it. Just because I teach all day and I'm active. I probably eat more. But if I were to sit down at a desk, I would eat that. I drink a coffee. I was asked the other day, and I haven't even thought about it, what I get in a coffee. So I don't really do anything crazy. I do almond milk, and sometimes it's good steamed if you do it hot or warm if you're at Starbucks. Or I just do an Americano. So it has 1 shot of espresso in it, and then it's just a regular black coffee. I used to drink coffee black, and it was good, but now I'm like, no, I want to enjoy the taste of it because it's really not that great. So if you're trying to watch calories, then yeah, cut the creamer out, do all of that, and don't enjoy it until you're like at the level where you want to be at on your fitness journey. Now I enjoy it. I can put creamer in. I just put a little bit. I don't go crazy with it, but almond milk is a great alternative for that, for creamer. So that is what a morning looks like for me. And I was asked for snack options. So if you like to snack, or if you are at the desk all day and you don't want to go get food and you just kind of want to snack for a few hours, I do love rice cakes. You can get them anywhere. They don't have to be this brand. This is just the brand I picked. But watch your sodium on these because they do get kind of high in sodium. So I get one of these, and then I'll put more butter on it, sunflower butter, because of fat. Like, I want to feel full, or you're going to eat like crazy all day long. And then I'll put a banana on it. I'll do sliced banana, or you can do honey on top of it, or even blueberries on top of it. something super simple. It's filling because you have the fat in it, and it's nothing crazy high in calories, which people can handle. Some people do 2 of these, and that's their lunch, which
I wouldn't be able to do that.
no, because you'd be hungry more.
Yeah, exactly.
So what I do have, because you do need protein, so this isn't a lot of protein, I eat, which I did not bring, tons of cottage cheese. I don't know if that's for everybody. I grew up on it. My mom loves it, and now my daughter and I, we eat tons of it. It is high in sodium, so you have to watch that. But it's high in protein, and it's dairy, so some people don't do dairy, but get a yogurt, a high protein, low sugar yogurt, which is easy to find. You just have to be aware and watch it, or you can do a 500 calorie yogurt, real easy. So, because people go for the taste and the sugar, but try to get low sugar yogurts. Cottage cheese is great. You can put cinnamon on it, blueberries. So that would be a protein mixed in with this snack, and that should be filling because you want protein, carbs, and fat, right? And then for another snack, I always do bananas and sunflower butter. Super easy, super quick. I always, for travel, I put these in my backpack, purse. They're all over my car, and you just literally, you rip it and you put it in your mouth. And it's energy and fat. It's good for you. And so I don't feel like I'm not such a mean person, maybe. These, if you know me well, I am obsessed with these bars. I probably only eat 2 a day, but they're everywhere. What I love about them is the ingredients. You know them all. And it's like 5 ingredients. And it's nuts. So if you can't have nuts, try to find, a bar without nuts. But this has protein, fat, carbs, all. It's just a really good, handy snack. And if you look over there, I have nuts, almonds, pecans, raisins. That is just all for, I'm a big snack person. So my body is weird. I have to eat almost every 3 hours, or I'm like not a happy person. So, and I know that about myself, so I come prepared. Otherwise, I'm going to be going through the Chick-fil-A or the McDonald's drive-through, which is not what we want to do. So always, always be prepared. These chips are my favorite. I eat a lot of them. If I was trying to lose weight, I would probably not get the chips, to be honest. For now, I'm kind of maintaining, and those just kind of hit me, and I like the crunchiness of them, and they're not awful for you. Also, my go-to cereal, I am a huge cereal person. I have Go Lean. It's low in sugar, it's high in fiber, and lots of protein, which is great. I was asked today what to have after dinner snack. And if you know me, I normally have about 3 coffee mugs full of cereal. And they're kind of all different cereals, but this is my favorite, and I use it with almond milk. It will fill you up. The milk in it and the carbs fill me up and make me go to bed, which is what you want to do after dinner, right? And then what else? Water. I have a whole thing of water. I always feel like a lot of us are not hydrated, so that's where the headaches come in. That's where we get super lethargic. That's where we lack in our workouts. And I always remind myself, the more water than you think. And it's super annoying in the beginning because all you want to do is go to the bathroom, and it's really, really annoying because you got to get out of the car or get off your desk. But your body will adjust to it, and you'll notice your skin will look good. Your sleep will improve, and you will not have that. If people tell me at 3 or 4 they always get so sleepy, I'm like, how much water have you had? All day today, how much water have you had? Because that is normally the reason for it. Or we think we need to take a nap, or we think we need to go have some fried food. So also, I have put over here what I have before a workout is a pre-workout. I like that one because it is not crazy. I don't feel like my heart's going to jump out of my chest, and it's basically like a cup of coffee and the caffeine, or really a cup of green tea. And I like that it has BCAAs before my workout, so it goes straight to my muscles, and it wakes me up just a little bit just to have. Sometimes I don't need it, sometimes I do, and that's the one I choose because I like the ingredients, and it's all super clean. And that's it. And the protein I have back there, which is great. I tell people to keep a shaker bottle, and you see my shaker bottle right there. It's actually, I use that on the way here. But I keep that in my car, and then I keep these packets of protein. I don't care what you use, but this is super, super easy. You rip it open after every single workout. Your muscles need to be fed. They have to be fed. Most women, and I know because I used to do this, you're like, oh, I can do this. I can go run errands before I eat, and I can do this, 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 this. Well, the whole day has gone by, and you haven't had anything to eat. So your muscles, what you just did in that workout that you did at 8 o'clock, it's gone. It's depleted. You have like a 45-minute window to feed your muscles. And if you don't, all the hard work that you just did is gone. The only way your muscles grow is if you feed them, right? And the why you want more muscle is because it burns fat throughout the day. It protects the bones. Muscle's just really good to have, especially as we age. Anyway, I could talk all day about this stuff because I live, eat, and breathe it. But the bottom line is, I'm going to wrap it up. I want you guys to just be more aware of when you're eating your Thanksgiving meal, think of me, and just say, is it a handful? Am I full? Do I really need this? Just make conscious decisions and be self-aware, especially at the holiday parties. Be mingle and, have a cocktail, but don't be the crazy person on the floor, because that's who everyone's going to be talking about the next day. And you're going to be the one in the gym and still on your goals, right? So anyway, I will be gone next week. I'm going to be on a cruise with my family, but I will come back in the week of December, and I have more stuff for you guys. I hope everyone has a great Thanksgiving holiday, and I will see you next time.